So we're here with Carolyn Adams from the women's basketball team from Moore University. Can you tell us about your first concussion, where it happened, when it happened, what happened, and how it happened?
I had my first concussion at the beginning of last year, and I got it in practice. I was playing defense, and we were doing pick and rolls, and the screen came and hit me really hard and kind of like got me in the neck, and I cracked my neck kind of thing like this and got a full like body impact kind of screen. And then I went off and cried for 20 minutes and then was like, I'm fine, and then went back on. And it wasn't until the weekend that I started feeling really nauseous, and I had a headache for a really long time. And then I put those pieces together and was like, oh, maybe I have a concussion. So I went to the, what's she called, this, Krista?
Athletic trainer.
Athletic therapist. And I was like, I think I have a concussion, and then that's, yeah, how it happened.
Okay, Carolyn, what are some things that people might not know about concussions?
One thing that I didn't know before I got my concussion was that you don't actually have to physically like bang your head on something to get one, like off the wall or like a ball hitting your head. Like, it doesn't have to be that. So in my concussion, like, it was just a side blow kind of thing, and it was a lot of neck too, so it's kind of like a whiplash. So like, yeah, you can get a concussion without having to just bang your head on something. And another thing I didn't know is one of the symptoms of having a concussion is being really emotional. And I remember on the Sunday that I was like, oh, I think I have a concussion. I like cried my eyes out for like 5 hours. And like, then the next day when I went to see the athletic therapist, I got it that time, Krista, I was like, she was going through all of the symptoms, and she's like, have you been really emotional lately? And I'm like, no. And I was like, wait a minute, I cried for 5 hours yesterday. Yeah, I think I am really emotional. So then she's like, okay. And like, checked number 5 on like a scale of 1 to 5, like how bad that symptom is. So that's another thing that like I didn't know before I had my concussion. And then I think it's really important to keep in mind that like everybody recovers at different rates. Like it's really specific to the individual, because like my concussion, I had it for a really long time. And I went back after 2.5 months, whereas like another girl on the team had a concussion and she was back within a month. So it's all really specific to the individual, and you have to really think about like how that one person feels, and they have to go with like what they know and if they're actually feeling 100% or not. So.
Okay, Carolyn, what kind of advice do you have for athletes that are playing high contact sports in terms of concussions?
I think I would probably just say you have to be really honest with yourself. Because obviously, like, nobody wants to be injured and be like sitting on the bench because of an injury or whatever. But I think that it's really important to actually listen to your body, and if you are feeling sick or nauseous, or you got hit in the head, or you've had a headache for a really long time, or any of the concussion symptoms you might think that you have, I think it's really important to go get them checked out, because like in the long term you could have like where was I at? Permanent damage. Right. So it's just really important to listen to your body, because in the long term you don't want to really get messed up and have permanent damage or whatever. So I think that would be really important. And I know it's really hard to try to go to Krista or whoever and be like, yeah, like I think I have a concussion, because then you know that you're gonna have to sit out, and sitting out sucks from playing. But it is really important in the long run for your mental health and for your physical health to make sure you get checked out.